Good morning. Hope y'all are good. I guess y'all heard the news last night that Boogie Cousins decided to go sign for the mid-level exception with the Golden State Warriors. So what y'all want to talk about? Man, I'm telling y'all what, I purposely stayed off of Twitter last night just to give myself kind of some time, you know? Hey, let's digest this, okay? Let's make sure we know everything about what went into this decision. Let's make sure that we're all everything that can be out there is out there. But ain't nothing good about this, man. Hey, I'll give you some thoughts. I'm composing myself. And oh, by the way, you're not going to see Drew this morning because he decided to wake up crying and screaming at 1:58 and was up till 3:30. So your boy didn't sleep much last night. On top of Boogie bolting for Golden State. What a night. All right, let's do our good mornings here. James Dean. Good morning, Stephen Miller, Stephen Bro, Christian Frugier. What's up, man? Thanks for sending me that article, Christian. Derek Cudnall. What's up, Derek? Good morning, man. Good to see you. Stan Smith. Good morning. Chris Ebersole. Good morning. Zach Minton, Bobby Otten. Good morning. See y'all. Good to see y'all today. Y'all got comments or questions? Fire away, man. I'll get to it. This is such a good point. Chris Paul couldn't go to Lakers with Kobe, but five, I guess that's bigs, who have made all NBA teams are allowed on the same team. Or guys, that's probably the five guys. Bobby said, I heard on SportsCenter, Boogie said Dell Demps straight up said he didn't want Boogie. So, here's my point. Alan Marrero, good morning, Alan. How does Demps keep his job? Well, when this team reverts to what they were 2 years ago, he won't. You do realize basically what happened last night was the Pels just they reverted to what they were 2 years ago. The team that missed the play. I guess you got Mirotic. You got a healthy Drew Holiday, who you hope can play 82 games again. But what you did was you took Rondo off your roster and substituted him with Elfrid Payton. That's a regression. And you took Boogie off your roster and replaced him with Julius Randle. And Boogie was playing at an MVP caliber level last year when he got hurt. Literally, the numbers he was putting up, no player has ever finished a season averaging those numbers without winning the MVP. And you replaced him with Julius Randle, who's developing into a nice player, but he was a 16-8 guy last year. He didn't even start every game for the Lakers. Most people remember him from Kentucky. Joe said losing Rondo hurts worse. No, it doesn't. People have it in their mind that losing Boogie's not a big deal. Boogie wasn't great. The team was better without him. What you forget is that the team was doing this when he got hurt. They had a 6-game winning streak. They'd beaten the Rockets in the game when he got hurt. He and AD were figuring it out together. And then you brought in Mirotic, which changed the dynamic of the team and also forced AD to play hero ball. Remember the interview he did with Rachel Nichols? Going into the playoffs, I guess I just got more pressure. I got to go score 40 every night. So he did that for the last 2 months of the regular season. Anyway, Chad said, when will AD ask to be traded? But here's the Here's the hardest part of this news today, all right? Like, because every other star player right now is committed, except for Kawhi, and he's not coming to New Orleans. You realize that you had hoped to build on this season, which was so promising. You know, like you finish in the 6th seed, you sweep Portland, you get into a second round playoff series for the first time in 10 years. It's against Golden State. You manage to win a game in that series. You know you're going to get Boogie, or you feel like you're going to get Boogie back, and you could feel like, okay, well, now we build. Right now, now you're heading in the right direction. And instead, this offseason has been the complete opposite. You lose Rondo, you lose Boogie. You're not replacing them with all-stars. So your roster has regressed, and you realize you got 2 years before you're in a spot where Anthony Davis is going to do what God just asked, and that's demand a trade. He's going to do what Kawhi's doing right now. It's like, I'm not playing for you. So you can trade me now, or I'll walk in free agency next year and you'll get nothing. And they're going to have to trade him because he's not coming back to New Orleans in 2 years. Anthony Davis, why would he? And you can say the money, but like, look at what's happening in the NBA right now. Like, I'm reading all your comments. Good morning, John. Good morning, Val. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Dustin. Dustin said too many super teams in the NBA, but like, you realize what's happening? And I will address, some of you are asking about like the report that Dell Demps didn't even offer Boogie a contract. But let me do that first, real quick. There's two sides to every story. Boogie said he wasn't even offered. Yesterday we had Scott Kushner on the show. Or no, forgive me. I was watching SportsCenter last night. Mark Spears, who broke the news, was on SportsCenter, and he said, "Look, numbers were discussed, but was there like a formal offer, like to sign on paper? No. That's a very big difference between they didn't want me." So there's two sides to every story, and what you're hearing is Boogie's side, which is way over here, and Demps is probably over here, and the truth is going to be somewhere in the middle. That the Pels were slow playing this, that they were trying to get a deal. Small market teams, some instances, have to do that. And Boogie felt disrespected and said, all right, well, if I'm not getting... Because remember what we were talking about 6 months ago, 5 months ago? We're talking about Boogie getting a 5-year deal worth nearly $200 million. Like a max contract. Like, that's what we were talking about 5 months ago. Now that dude went to Golden State for $5.3 million on a 1-year deal. What Boogie basically said is, all right, well, if you're not going to give me a big deal, bleep you, I'm going to go get a ring. There's no rush for me to get back because they don't need me. I'll get healthy, I'll play a little bit, and I'll be a free agent next season with a ring, and I'll go make money next year. God. No, you're right. Stephen Miller said, and the Yanks lost in extra innings. Bro, and that was pitiful. I'm sitting there watching that last night, and Hicks doubles, and Gregorius would have scored. Like, I'm like, oh, it's over, ball game. And the ball bounces into the stands, so they stop Gregorius at third, and the Yanks go strikeout. No, you don't care about that, but that's brutal, man. That was a brutal night. Zachary Prey said, any more move by the Lakers you see coming, what would you do for your Lakers management? They're going to get Kawhi. Whether it's this year or next, they're going to get Kawhi. And people always talk about the luxury tax. Like, I think we talked about this yesterday. I'll never understand fans talking about the luxury tax like it matters. Because the truth is, if you, like, under Dr. Buss, the Lakers, the Shaq, Kobe Lakers, like, they perpetually existed in the luxury tax. Because he didn't care. He was a gazillionaire. He was in L.A. He was making money hand over fist on that franchise, and he knew he had to keep winning. So he had to keep his star players. So they'll pay whatever the hell they got to pay. Luxury tax. And fans complain. It's like, it ain't your money. I mean, who cares, It's the NFL's equivalent of dead cap money or restructuring deals. Talk about this all the time. Where the Saints were in cap hell. We're never in cap hell, man. All you do is restructure contracts. You convert salary to sign and bonus money. you kick that can down the road. It's like building a roster with a credit card instead of cash. But if you have an owner that's willing to pay that money, no big deal. And Tom Benson was all those years. He just kept letting Mickey Loomis and Dennis Lauscha just restructure deal after deal after deal to make room in the salary cap so they could go sign who they needed to sign. And it's no different in the NBA. But someone mentioned about Drew's awake. I go get him. Somebody mentioned about y'all hang on. If y'all don't mind hanging on, I gotta go get Drew. In the meantime, y'all stare at a beautiful bottle of Boudreaux, but I hear him crying and Erica's trying to sleep. She was up with him too last night, so hang on. Hey, look, Daddy's doing his show. I'm gonna say hi to everybody. All right, we got Drew.
Mama.
Hey, why were you crying last night? Why were you crying last night? That was not fun. Drew was up from 1:58 to about 3:30 last night. He didn't want to go back to sleep. I love you.
Mama.
Mama. Okay, hey, look. I'm going to put you down real quick. Ooh, your tube is tangled on your foot, but hang on. Okay, hold on. Let's put it in your backpack, okay? Look, there's baby Drew. You see baby Drew right there? I thought I was going to get through this without Drew bumping up in here, so let's see. Jerry says, Boogie better get in shape. He's going to run with them boys. Man, you don't get it, man. It just doesn't matter. It don't matter. Like, it's like, here's the worst part for the NBA, because some of y'all have asked about this. So, hang on, let me tell you your thing, bud. All right. The worst part for the NBA is you can say, hey, look, Mr. Jerry said good morning. Tim said good morning. Good morning, Drew.
Mama.
The worst part for the NBA.
Mama.
Clap hands. For Mama
Mama.
comes home. Laurel comes home. Okay. You can run out there and go see what's going on. The worst part for the NBA, y'all, is like you have protections built in, like with the salary cap, with the luxury tax, with existing teams that hold a player's right to be able to offer more money, like absurd money. Like these protections exist to build, balanced rosters. And the problem is the best players in the league are willingly taking less money to go win or to go to certain spots. It's like, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do, man. Elevator. When Kevin Durant will take less than shoe. Mall. Mama. Airport. Elevator. Love the airport. Okay, go and we'll see you later. Go take a lap. When Kevin Durant, who is either the best or second best player in the world, will take less money to go sign with the best team that just beat his team. Like it's a different culture right now with the players. They're just when Boogie Cousins will take $5 million to go sit on the bench in Golden State. What do you do? Chris reports that he didn't have any bids, contacted the Warriors. Yeah, I mean that's reports right now, but at the same time, nobody, don't touch, please. Uh-oh. But I mentioned earlier, Chris, I guess you're just joining, which is cool. Like, there's two sides to every story, man. Elevator. And, something that Mark Spears said on ESPN last night, and I said this earlier for those that already heard it. What he said on ESPN the other night was, last night was, Dell Demps and Cousins, they were talking numbers. But as far as like a formal offer that you could sign, no, but don't act like they were just ignoring it and saying we don't want you back. I mean, let me, come on, Drew. Come on, buddy. Hey, move your hand. You gotta be careful. Be careful. As far as like, Drew's hitting the camera. But as far as saying like the Pelicans didn't want him back. Like, let me wait and hear that from Dell Demps' mouth. Drew, come on, buddy. Stop hitting Daddy's camera, okay? Look, you keep hitting Daddy's camera, buddy. Drew, listen, buddy. Stop. Keep hitting Daddy's camera, okay? Okay, come on. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. You can watch Daddy. You just can't hit the camera, okay? You can watch. You just can't hit the camera, okay? Anyway.
Ma!
I don't know, man. Somebody asked if Isaiah Thomas would be a good fit. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. It's just that's the inherent problem right now. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, Golden State will win another championship this year. The only singular. Oh. Drew is looking at me under the phone like this. Airport. Can you? I know, buddy. Can you please stop hitting Daddy's camera? Thank you. I wish I had something better for y'all today, man. It just sucks, man. I'm a big NBA fan. I think the game is so healthy with the number of young stars, likable stars. NBA, like the median age of the NBA fan, like the league is getting younger, which is great and healthy. It's why the media rights deal is what it is, and you're seeing contracts with like the NBA's in a great place. But what will kill it is its lack of parity. But I mean, here I am sitting here on my Facebook Live morning show trying to figure out how to fix the NBA, but I don't have the answers. What I know is, like, when the best players are taking less and the protection you have built in for parity is, allowing teams that own the rights to players to offer max deals and more money, and players are saying, I'll take less money to go win. I literally don't know how you combat that. I don't know. Maybe the lesson is to Dell Demps, hey, don't give up 2 lottery picks. Drew, come on, Bubba. I'm almost done. Elevator. Drew, baby, you keep hitting Daddy's phone. You got to stop doing that, sweetheart. Maybe the lesson is for Demps, look, you gave up 2 lottery picks to have Boogie Cousins for 65 games. I mean, like, that's basically what it boils down to. You gave up 2 lottery picks to have Boogie for 65 games. Like, maybe the lesson is build the way.
Papa.
He's running his elbows
Papa.
along the hitting my tripod.
Papa.
Big block. I know, baby. It's crazy. Maybe the lesson is, like, build through the draft. The Warriors built with Steph and Clay and Draymond through the draft. They built a roster that won a title by supplementing smartly with veteran players, affordable veteran players, and they won a championship, and then they became a desirable place to be. Drew just locked me into my office. Now he's banging on the wall outside. It's crazy. I don't even know what I was talking about. Like I said at the beginning, for those just joining us, yesterday sucked completely. Because the other thing yesterday didn't just mean the Pels lost Boogie and Rondo. It means they're not going to be competitive this year, and they're going to lose Anthony Davis. So, like, the centerpiece of your franchise for the second time now, you just cemented the fact that he's going to leave. So that sucks. The Yankees lost in 11, and then Drew was up in the middle of the night. So I'm annoyed. I'm tired. I'm a lot of different things right now. Maybe I'll pour some of that Boudreaux's mix in. Maybe I'll get some Jameson, make an Irish coffee. Might be a good way to start the day. Ryan Falco just said, Matt, pour some of that Elijah Craig. You'll feel better. No, I got Jameson right there, man. Make an Irish coffee. That'd be fun. Andrew Brister. Keep your head up, dude. In the back of our minds, we kind of thought this would happen. Maybe, but at the same time, man, like, so I mean, what's got it? I mean, Dell Demps got to go, man. Like, it's, I'm not sitting there trying to tell somebody's got to be fired, but the bottom line is his method of building through young veterans is failed. His bad deals led the Pelicans to a point where they've got no money to spend in free agency, and the biggest chip on the table just left for Golden State, the team that beat you and won their third championship in 4 years. So, and essentially cemented the fact that AD is going to leave. So, Dell Demps got to go, man. You got to get someone who will respect draft picks and try to build through the draft. I'm not saying that that's the way you do it, and you can say that, you know, draft pick might have just landed you someone at the end of the bench, or maybe it would have landed you Donovan Mitchell. You know, maybe it would have landed you Jason Tatum. I mean, but you got to spend those picks to know. You know, and they have not kept a first round pick on the roster since Anthony Davis. So, anyway, anything else y'all want to talk about? Should be a fun show today, man, on AFR. Hey, Megan Milek, good morning. Good to see you. Matthew Booth, good morning. Let's see. Should be a fun day today. Adam Tower says, does it make sense to trade AD now for the highest return the league has ever seen? No. I mean, you're not winning a championship without an AD. So you have one. It's the hardest thing to get. You don't get rid of it until you absolutely have to. No way. Like, people always bring up the Herschel trade when the Cowboys traded Herschel to the Vikings. It's different because one running back wasn't going to win you a championship. But if you could trade that running back and turn it to Troy Aikman and Jay Novacek and Larry Allen and all these different players that you got defensively and offensively and through the draft, yeah, it made sense. But it's different sports. How about that for analysis? Basketball and football are different sports. But speaking of the Cowboys and offensive lineman, Lyle Collins is going to be on the show today. I think we're going to talk to Rowan Davey today. Some quarterback stuff should be fun. Of course, we'll have all this latest free agency stuff. And by the way, what about Daniel Cabrera? Talked about it a bit yesterday on AFR, but in that series for the collegiate national team against Chinese Taipei, he was named the batting, what do they call it, like the batting champion. I forget exactly what they named the batting champion. So he was named the batting champ. He hit 278, slugged 444, and hit the only home run of the series. So good. All right. I guess I'll go drink my coffee and, get on with my day. Stephen Bro, Mr. Stephen Rivers interview. Go back and listen to it, man. He was really good. For those that missed it, we had Stephen Rivers on yesterday. There was a piece at USA Today yesterday just about the transfer culture for quarterbacks within college football. And Rivers transferred twice, obviously, from LSU to Vanderbilt and then to Northwestern State. And it was really good. I mean, I knew he'd do well, but he did. He was great. So go back and listen to that on the podcast. Hey, Greg. Hey, Colby. Good morning. Good to see y'all. Darren, the swept Chinese Taipei. LSU baseball, the collegiate national team swept Chinese Taipei. But yes, led by Cabrera and Watson and Hess. Yes. All right, I'm gonna get on. I'll let you get on your day too. Thank you very much for watching. As always, y'all go check out our friends at Boudreaux's. They of course got the Bloody Mary mix and the margarita mix. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, so you're gonna be celebrating maybe some margs by the pool. Go check out Boudreaux's. I had a friend of mine yesterday who lives in Central say, hey, I tried the mix. We had some at the radio stations. I tried the margarita mix from Boudreaux's. Where can I buy it? It was phenomenal. I was like, well, Alexander's, Calvin's, Calandro's, Mid-City Wine and Craft, Canada's down in Homa. But she's in Central, so I'd shop at, what did she tell me, Oak Grove Market, something like that. I said, hey man, go tell your grocer, wherever it is you shop, tell them to carry it. All the info's right there on the bottle. You got the phone number on the bottle. You got the website on the bottle. You got all the social media links. So, by all means, please, if where you shop they don't carry Boudreaux's, demand that they do. We'd appreciate that very, very much. So, y'all like them on all their social media too. All right, let me get on out of here. Y'all have a great day. Please be sure to tune into AFR 3 to 6 Central, ESPN Baton Rouge, ESPN New Orleans, Cox Sports TV. We'll have Lyle Collins, Royan Davey, all the latest on NBA free agency stuff. So we'll look forward to a good show today. Y'all have a great day. Morning Scone. Hit the share button too, please. And likes. Hit likes and shares. Likes and shares.